Hi everyone, I'm Steve Batson, creator of Presentation Streams and CEO of Batson Engineering. If you're watching this video, it's because you're interested in becoming an investor in Batson Engineering. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Now you'll see in my hand, I'm using the Presentation Streams Presenter mobile app. This allows me to scroll through my presentation media and select the media I want to show. And when I select a particular media element, it's displayed to you in the player that you're watching this on. It's also being displayed on the TV here in this home. So this is an example of how if a presentation is being given inside of a home, whether it's a home group Bible study or a home church or a sales presentation to friends and family, that the presentation stream system can be connected to the TV in the home, and the presenter can easily go through the presentation media so that everyone in that home can see the presentation media. Now also this shows how if the presentation is being given in a larger building, a church or a large auditorium, like in a college, for example, a university, that the presentation stream system can simply be connected to that existing projection system, and that same presentation media can be displayed there the same way they're being displayed here. Okay. The purpose of this video is to raise startup capital for the presentation stream system, the world's first autonomous presentation system. The target audience for the presentation streams is churches. There are over 350,000 churches in the United States. If we divide that number evenly across all 50 states, that's about 7,000 per state and one church every 11 square miles. In the United States, there's over 14,000 McDonald's. It seems like there's a McDonald's on every corner, but there's only 14,000 of them. There's 350,000 churches and only over 4,000 universities. Also, I have over 17 years experience in church technical ministry, and I've seen all the issues that happen in a church in their technical ministry. The current problems with church video production today is that the equipment cost is too high. It's far too expensive for the average sized church to afford the equipment that's needed for video ministry. The average sized church in the United States is 75 people. Now, a church of that size typically does not have the budget to spend over $10,000 on high quality cameras and mixers and all the other equipment that goes into a traditional video production system. Also, there's a lack of volunteers. So that means that there are very few people who are volunteering to operate each camera. So if there's multiple cameras, that means that in the past you've needed to have a volunteer on each camera. You need to have someone to edit that footage after and add in any presentation media that you want to display. And then afterwards you have to have that same volunteer convert that video into a video format needed for a website. Typically, volunteers do not have that technical expertise to do those things well. Also, it's very time-consuming to have a video production ministry. Typically, with a typical video production system, it takes hours, sometimes even a full day of work to create an edited and uploaded and what we call a linked video on a website. That takes entirely too long. Also, what may be the biggest issue in churches today is miscommunication between the presenter and the person who is controlling the presentation media. In the past, those tasks have been separate. The presenter allows for a technical volunteer to run the presentation software that they're using for the presentation. And the person giving the presentation may be talking about a slide, but the person who is operating the presentation system has never heard the presentation before. So they don't know when to change the slides. So it causes delays and interruptions in the presentation, and it interrupts the flow of the presentation by the presenter having to stop and wait for that volunteer to click on the right slide. Or there may be music that's being played, and the audience is supposed to sing the lyrics on the projection system. But the person who's operating those song lyrics maybe has never heard those songs before, or is not familiar with the songs, or if they are, they probably were not at the practice to hear the order that those lyrics will be played in and sung in, so they don't know when to change the slides. So the band and the singers are singing lyrics that the operator of the system has not advanced to yet, and the people who are in the audience do not know what lyrics to sing because they might not be familiar with the song either. So again, this creates an interruption and oftentimes feelings of animosity or negativity in the audience. Also, it typically takes someone who has a lot of knowledge about programming and about how to update a website's menu and where to put specific videos on the church's server. And very oftentimes people with that knowledge and that expertise are not available to do those tasks for a church. So presentation streams solves all those problems I just talked about. First, presentation streams uses affordable equipment. There are various packages available so that a church can choose the starter package, which just has the equipment needed to get started with a video production system. And then other elements can be added later to that system to expand its functionality. Also, the system is autonomous, which means it runs by itself. So you don't need any additional volunteers to operate your system. Next, there is zero post-production required. That means that when the presentation is over, there is no need to edit any footage. There is no need to convert a video into a different file format. There's no need to upload a video to the website and then modify that website so that people can see it. Everything is done automatically, immediately upon completion of the video. The video is displayed automatically live, and an archive is created after the presentation is over, immediately. It empowers the presenter to control the presentation media being displayed. So no more miscommunication between the presenter and the technical volunteer. You have a mobile application that can be displayed on a phone like this or a tablet, on iOS or Android. And all you have to do is scroll through the media you want to display, whether it's song lyrics or other text, Bible verses, images, or videos that could be displayed. And all you have to do is select that media and it gets displayed for your audience to see, both at home watching live. Anyone who's in the building can see it as well through the projection system. And then later, when they watch the archive of the video, they see that presentation media at the exact same moment it was originally displayed live. And all that needs to be done is select that media in the mobile app, or gestures can be performed with your body to also advance to the next media element or go back to the previous media element. And I'll show you those in a second. Lastly, there's no web programming knowledge needed, which means that your technical volunteers and yourself don't need to have any knowledge about HTML or JavaScript or Flash or any other type of languages or programming experience to make this work for you, because everything happens automatically by itself. Okay, now let's talk about the autonomy of the system. But before I do that, I want to advance to my next slide using a gesture. So if I want to go to my next slide in my presentation, I just hold up two fingers like this. The system automatically recognizes that I want to go to my next slide and it gets displayed. If I want to go back to my previous media element, I just hold up a fist and then it goes back to the previous element. Okay, there's the last slide I just talked about. Now let me go back to the next slide about autonomy. So I'll hold up two fingers again, and there it goes. It's just that simple. So that means that if the presenter prefers not to hold a mobile device in their hand, or a tablet or a phone, they don't have to. They can just go up and make gestures to the camera that immediately advance their media elements. Now let's talk about the autonomy in more detail. The system uses motion tracking to follow the presenter. So I'm free to walk across the stage and have the camera follow me as I move. So I don't need to have any additional volunteers to operate the cameras because the cameras can follow me on their own. It knows where I am and it keeps me right in the center of the shot so that I don't need to have any people doing that for me that know how to operate cameras, that have skills in camera operation. The camera will automatically follow me. Also, the mobile app allows the presenter to start and stop the recording and the streaming, and also display the media. So we talked about that, how the mobile app on the phones or the tablets or even the gestures can allow for that to happen. It automatically configures the website so that the live streaming can be seen by the at-home audience, and then also the archive later can be seen by the at-home audience because it's automatically configured for viewing. There's only 3 steps that a presenter needs to do to make the system work. When you arrive at your place that you'll be presenting, if your system is already set up, you just turn it on, you give your presentation, and when you're done, you turn it off. That's all you have to do. It's extremely simple. Next, let's look at the software. So there's 3 different software elements in the system. The first is Presentation Streams Capture. Presentation Streams Capture allows for the web streaming, the motion tracking, the projection, the presentation creation, and the media sync. So this program runs on the Presentation Streams Capture laptop. So there's a computer that's in the building with you as you're presenting, and that program is running on that laptop. That laptop is connected to the projection in the building or the TV at home, and it is doing the streaming to the live audience at home. So this is Presentation Streams Capture. This is a screenshot that you're seeing now of that application. Next is the Presentation Streams Player. This is the program that allows the user to view the application both live and from an archive of previous presentations. This is where all video and audio of the presentation can be viewed and listened to, along with all associated media elements that were given in that presentation. It has an interactive Bible that can be used to find any book, chapter, or verse in the Bible, as well as keywords that can be entered and searched for, and a list of all verses that have those keywords will be displayed. There's a section for personal notes, so if a user is listening to a church service or a home group Bible study, or a high school or college class, they can take notes and then save those notes to their device for viewing later. There's an archive menu that gets automatically updated at the end of every live presentation so that people can scroll through that menu and then see those previous presentations that happened before. It works on Windows, Mac OS X, iOS, and Android to any size phone or tablet. It automatically senses the size of the device and then resizes to fill the screen accordingly. Next is the Presentation Streams Presenter. This is the application that runs on a mobile device. It can be a phone or a tablet, iOS or Android, and allows the presenter to scroll through their media and then choose the media element they want to display, and it appears on the screen. Now let's look at the hardware elements of the system. At the top of the picture, you'll see a camcorder that's being used to record the video. Under that, you'll see a Microsoft Kinect. The Kinect is what allows for the motion tracking and also the recognition of gestures to scroll through the different media elements. I'll go back a slide, and now I'll go forward a slide. That is being done by Microsoft Kinect. Both of those 2 elements are on top of a motorized tripod head that pans and tilts on 2 axes, the Kinect and the camcorder. Next is a 360-degree camera. Now this element allows the user to pan around the entire room and see the room from every angle and any angle that they like. Now this is important because oftentimes if you just use a single camera angle, the main angle, then the user at home does not get to see what the rest of that room looks like. So if you have a home Bible study and someone can't be at the Bible study physically, but they're watching from home, if you have a single camera that's focused just on the presenter, then that person at home doesn't know who else is there and has no way of seeing anything else in that room. Also, it may be a big auditorium and the user watching at home cannot see anybody else that's sitting in that auditorium, and they feel disconnected from the rest of the other people who are there. They're able to see the presenter just fine through the main camera, but everything else is lost because it's just one camera angle. Well, the 360-degree view allows the user to pan and choose which angle that they want to see, giving them the freedom to explore the room on their own. It's very simple to toggle between the main camera and the 360-degree camera. You may have tried this already throughout this presentation, but if you haven't yet, I encourage you now to press that button that says 360-degree view right under me. When you press that button, it'll show you this same video, but you'll be able to pan all around the room that I'm in right now and see everything else that's here. Next, you'll see that there's a laptop that's running the presentation capture program. So this could be a desktop or a laptop. It could be anything that's running Windows. At the time of this presentation, it was only supported on Windows, but in the future, there should be another version for Mac as well. Next is the video converter boxes. These are small HDMI capture cards that convert the output of the cameras and then send those videos to the capture PC that then stream the video signal to the live audience. Then lastly, what's not in the picture, but that's included in the list is the mobile devices that's optional for the remote control. And again, you don't have to use a mobile device because you can use gestures to go through your slides, or if you prefer, the presentation streams capture program that's running on the laptop or desktop also gives a volunteer the ability to choose your media as well. So if you prefer to allow your technical volunteers, if you're able to get technical volunteers, then they can advance through your various media elements for you, and you don't have to run it yourself if you don't want to. Okay? Or if you prefer not to have a mobile device, you can advance to your next slide or previous slide through gestures. And I'll do that right now. I'll go to my next slide, which is about marketing through a gesture. There it goes. Our marketing strategy is multifaceted. We will rely heavily on social media to advertise for this product. Many churches and pastors are in associations with other churches and other pastors, and they share things that they've discovered by word of mouth frequently. So I will rely on this as a main avenue of sharing and other people finding out about the system through social media. I'll also use Google AdWords and Facebook ads to target specific demographics who will be interested in presentation streams. On globalpresentationstreams.com, I will have instructional videos that show how to use the system that will be part of the advertising so that people can see exactly how to operate the system and learn how easy it is to use and set up and what equipment is involved. All that will be documented in different videos on the website. So once we draw people to the website, they can then see and experience how easy it is to use with these videos that we'll make and post on the webpage. We will advertise in Christian catalogs and retail publications. We will show up in search engines so that when people search for presentation systems, they will find us. We will send direct mailers to various churches and universities. We will email directly different pastors and college professors and university staff. And we will plan to attend trade shows where we show the system in action in our booth. And we'll also send our sales staff directly to various churches and universities to talk about and demo the product. We have several advantages over our competition. We are the only simple and affordable live streaming with media solution on the market today. Our competition is 2 times our price, double our price at the time of this recording, and they only offer live streaming. There's a few different products that will allow users to stream a live message, but we're the only ones that have a system that's this affordable and that has this many features. We're the only ones who do motion tracking like this. Our competition offers pan, tilt, and zoom cameras with a 20 by zoom at 6 times the cost of our system. We are the first consumer product with a live streaming 360-degree camera as part of the system that allows the user to choose their viewing angle in addition to the main camera feed, and that simultaneously displays presentation media. We have a live mobile device that controls the presentation media display. There are other systems that are available that allow for media to be displayed in a presentation that's live and then also from an archive, but those are available for hundreds of dollars a month to large corporations, and they're not affordable for smaller churches. Our system also automatically updates the archived menu so they can be viewed later. Next, I want to talk about who we are. Right now, at the time of this recording, Batson Engineering consists of 2 people. Myself, I'm the CEO, Steve Batson, and my brother Brian Batson, who's the CFO. You can read more about us in this slide. Now let's talk about the business model and financial milestones. The software will be free to download. So the capture program, the player program, and the presenter program are all free to download, but to stream anything live and to have an account that holds your presentation media, that costs $100 a month. So again, a very affordable service that we're offering to churches of all sizes, and they can just pay by the month as they go. We project to have around 30 new customers per month. That's about 1 new customer per day. So these will come in batches from various marketing campaigns. So each marketing campaign will produce probably hundreds or thousands of new customers. And again, remember, there's over 350,000 churches in the United States alone. We will first target churches in the United States and universities in the United States, and then we will branch out so this can be sold worldwide. And since the system is just downloadable software from our website, anyone, anywhere can get this software and begin using it. All the hardware can be purchased over the counter. So the cameras, the Kinect, the motorized tripod head, the tripod, that can all be purchased by various companies, and we'll provide a list to our customers of the hardware that they can purchase. But the software is what we produce ourselves, and that's how we make money. It's from the software. You can see here at the bottom of this slide the sales projections. So we have the total sales, the net income, the cash balance, and the total equity in the companies over the various years. Next, I'll talk about our purpose of the financing. Right now, I need to hire 2 additional staff members. I need a software engineer and a technical support staff. The more customers we get, the more technical support staff we will need, so our customers can call in and ask for help when they need it. Customer service is extremely important when you have a software business. They have to be able to get in touch with the software provider and get support when they need it. We need to be able to support our customers when they have issues setting up or installing the software. And so our technical support staff will be hired from the financing that we receive through this video. Then we need approximately 3 months to complete some final steps in the program. So we need to make the customer sign up and payment gateway integration. There's some help tools and some marketing materials that we need to make. So those can be finished in approximately 3 months. And also, I want to hire the staff in the beginning so they can help finish creating these elements, and also they can be trained so that when the software goes live, we have people ready to accept the calls if needed from our users. Thank you so much for viewing this presentation. I started creating this system 11 years ago when I saw all the issues that were happening in church video ministry. And this system solves those problems. This system will help thousands upon thousands of churches to provide a video production ministry to the world. This system will allow for any size church to spread their message around the world. Thank you so much again for your time. I look forward to hearing from you. God bless.